Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my third video and I'm excited about this one because it's about a question that has been driving me crazy lately, and I'm going to do my best to answer the question. After you watch the whole video, let me know in the comments if you agree and how do you answer it when people ask you. So let's get to it. What is the point of being an age group triathlete? Let me try to answer this question. When someone asks me this question, usually my husband, I really have to think of ways to justify this crazy lifestyle, which I can clearly understand doesn't really make any sense. Age group triathletes can be any level, but we all have one thing in common. We aren't pros, and even as a pro, it's not always a sustainable way of living. Many still have to work full-time jobs to live and also to afford the triathlon lifestyle. It's very expensive and time-consuming. Some age groupers train as many hours per week as some of the pros do, although there are some that just do it whenever they can fit it in. If you have family, work, and basically an actual real life, it can be hard to fit in all the training necessary. Some people will make excuses and not get the training in needed to get better, or they just doing it for fun, so it doesn't really matter to them if they get it in or not. Others will neglect their everyday responsibilities and prioritize their workouts, and those are the ones that are a special kind of obsessed. Okay, so I must admit, I'm actually walking a very fine line of being one of those age groupers that are kind of obsessed. I can admit this, but it just makes me so happy. So even though that doesn't really justify my level of obsession, it does help me understand why other people may think I'm nuts. And what's even more mind-boggling to me is the fact that there are probably millions of age group athletes out there, many just as crazy as I am, so assuming they all get asked the same question too. So I Googled, what is the point of being an age group triathlete? Basically, what is the end game? And I didn't find any answers that I really liked. Something that could explain it to someone who just doesn't get it. Or maybe to someone who does get it, but they just don't know how to put it in words so they can explain it to someone else. So I figured I would give it a go. Now let me just remind you, I'm actually very new to the world of triathlon, which is why I'm called an age grouper, the non-professional triathlete. For example, I'm 36, so I would race in the age group 35 to 39 category. Being an age group triathlete limits the field of competition. You will be on the same course as professionals many times, but you don't actually compete against them. This makes triathlon more fun because it gives you more of a chance to get on the podium, since there could be up to a couple thousand people at a race, but really you may only be competing against a couple hundred of them, or maybe even less. Also, if you really want to be specific as an age grouper, you really should only be competing against yourself anyway. So I can answer what the point of being an age group triathlete is from my perspective first. I'm very driven. I have big goals. When I do something, I don't need to be the best, but I definitely feel the need to be considered one of the best, or at least try to get there. Triathlon is very challenging to be great at. I see it as the most diverse sport. I love how it not only challenges every muscle in my body, but it challenges my mind like no other sport could. The fun is in the process of getting better and being the best you can be. Basically, it's the mental challenge, I believe, that makes us all do this crazy sport. You have so many disciplines to train for, and you also have to juggle real life. Now, I don't really believe in this mysterious thing called balance, just like I don't believe tailwinds exist. I do believe time is valuable, but at any given time in life, there's always something that demands more of your time. So basically, you just have to realize there are 24 hours in a day, and that gives you plenty of time to fit a lot in. So if you are a triathlete that is in fact fitting it all in, then you know what I'm talking about. The burst of energy and happiness after you finish a hard workout, the joy of getting a deep tissue massage, no matter how painful it is, or relaxing in the hot tub and stuffing your face full of food after a really long training day. All of this is on a whole different level of amazing indulgence and pure happiness than when we were just regular people. There are actually a lot of interesting studies that link exercise to lower levels of depression, and basically, triathletes are really good at exercising. So there are the mental benefits of being a triathlete, also the health benefits. I can't confirm that all triathletes are healthy. In fact, I know they aren't. Many will spend a good day training and then go indulge in cheeseburgers, donuts, and beer afterward, which really just defeats the whole purpose of exercise, but to each his own. Another interesting topic people talk about in the triathlon community is how many CEOs are actually Ironmen and Ironwomen. It may have a lot to do with these are the people who can better afford to do these races, but I believe it has more to do with the fact that these are the type of people who can create long-term plans, remain focused while mastering self-discipline and commitment, and somehow maintain some sort of balance in their lives. These are basically the people that make you ask yourself if you have the same 24 hours each day. The answer is yes. Yes, you do. So all triathletes can probably agree with me on many points, or at least understand, but unfortunately, I can't answer the question, what's the point? Simply because it is a question we all have to answer ourselves. Every triathlete has their own reason for doing the sport, whether it be to get fit, stay healthy, perhaps the community and friends you make, or even to be the best and win as many races as possible. We all have our own goals and reasons, but I do urge you to ask yourself a couple questions. What's the point? And perhaps if you are borderline obsessed like me, ask yourself, what's the end game? I, for one, will admit I had to spend some time thinking about what's the end game for me. 6 months ago, when I began training for my first Ironman 70.3, I didn't just dip my toes in. I jumped headfirst and was training as many hours as the pros do each week. And I'm not a pro. I'm one of a million others. I'm not one in a million. I still have to work to pay for my bills and all these entry fees and everything that goes along with triathlon. And I also still have family that are dependent on me for my time. So asking myself what's the point is a very important question. And I'm sure my answer will forever be evolving. But as for now, the past 6 months journey has been one of my absolute favorite time periods in my life. I do love the fact that my tiny little journey has actually inspired a few people, and through the power of social media as well as in person, I have made some absolutely amazing friends around the world. And I couldn't be more grateful for this path I stumbled across. And I'm always here if any of you are on the same journey and want a friend to chat with or just have any questions. So if you're a triathlete, let us know in the comments why you do this sport. And please feel free to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe so you don't miss my future videos.